I made you think. You made me think.
On a Saturday too. Made me think on a Saturday.
Broncos, we ready? Fantastic. Good stuff. Look at those guns, ladies. ASL, swipe right. Let's go! Alright. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of SRG. This is Andy, my name is Z. I'm an old man, he's a young man, and we bond over old video games, retro games. I like to complain that modern games suck. They don't really, but I just like the way things used to be.
So do I.
So today, even I have my phone today because I need my notes. Mainly because it's a topic which, I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about. So
really? You know everything?
Yeah, no, I wish. So, what are we talking about today?
Let's go with the hardest Super Nintendo games.
Super Nintendo, hardest SNES games of all time. Well, you're a very big Super Nintendo fan, right? Like, it's your all-time favorite console.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
And I'm gonna name one game for you, which let's see how you react to it.
Okay.
Super R-Type.
Oh man. How long we got?
How far did you get into that game?
I got really far. I got really far on the first level. After that, didn't get far. I remember getting that game. It was a gift my auntie got me, and I think it was my second, maybe third game on the Super Nintendo. And I honestly, it's ridiculously difficult. I picked it up played it on the Switch emulator. I thought, I'm older, I'm wiser, somewhat. I can get past the first
I'll go
level.
with older. Sorry, you were saying?
I thought, I can get past the first level. No.
Yeah.
It was ludicrously difficult. But you know what? It's one of those games I'll always go back to play with because I really enjoyed it. Like,
is it because it's so difficult that makes you want to go back to it? Is that what it is?
Yes and no. Yes, because I want to challenge it. No, because it was B shoot, you hold down B and you move, that's it. Job done.
Didn't it have a supercharge option where you...
If you hold down B, yes.
Right, yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't press any other button other than B. Because it was shoot. It was like, but then it was
it's like in racing games, you only press the accelerator. You never press the brake.
No, you don't do brake.
Yeah.
You don't do brake, man. Like, you don't do brake. It was really difficult and there was so much going on the screen. It's like, I'm flying, then all of a sudden this little flame just hits you. I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
Okay. Got another one for you. Contra III.
Oh man. Again, it's such an enjoyable game. Again, hold down. I think shoot was X. And the D-pad, it wasn't no 360.
I think shoot was B.
Oh, was it? I remember hitting X or something.
So I'm just thinking of the Street Fighter 2 Turbo cheat code. Down R, up L, Y, B, X. X is at the top on the Super Nintendo, so I don't think that's shoot. Shoot would be at the bottom, wouldn't it? B?
Possibly.
Or A?
I remember hitting X, and maybe that was a special weapon.
Oh, maybe.
But unlike games today where you can obviously go 360, the D-pad was with a little different angle, like 25 degree, 45 degree angles. And again, just hold down shoot and shoot everywhere. Again, notoriously difficult, but it's such an enjoyable game. My cousin and I spent hours on that game trying to complete it. Yeah. And again, even to this day, it's one game I've never completed.
One game that I find really difficult.
Go on.
It started for me on the Commodore Amiga, which is the device here, but on the Super Nintendo, Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
I never played it.
It was one of those games.
That was a big sigh.
It's one of those sort of sideways scrolling games, and it's so unforgiving. It is such a difficult game to play, and to this day, I think the problem with this game is it's so difficult. I give up very, very quickly because it frustrates me.
Yeah.
So I don't give myself the time to remember. Oh, this zombie came up here, and this thing flew in here, and this thing hit me here. I have a tendency to just be like, screw you! It's like I rage quit.
Well, games again. We spoke about this before. Games back then were unforgiving.
Very
stupidly unforgiving. Whereas now,
like Earthworm Jim 2.
Oh man. 1 was good. I liked 1, but 2, I don't know why they were like, hey, we made it too easy. And Acclaim were like, let's make it even more. Let's put a challenge to it. And to be honest with you, I think that's why I really like those old type of games, because it made you want to play them so much.
Or rage quit. One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. Yeah.
Now, there's another one on this list here, which I don't think is actually that difficult.
Go on.
Prince of Persia. Now, the reason why I say it's not that difficult is I played that on the Commodore Amiga, again, this device, the game that when it first came out on that, and I really enjoyed it. So when it came out on the Super Nintendo, it wasn't like, I don't know, maybe it's because I had the experience of playing on this and I used to play on one of these joysticks.
Maybe.
I found it okay on the Super Nintendo, surprisingly.
Maybe.
But I'm surprised that's on the list. Alright, the game that I found really difficult. Super Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back.
Don't think I played it. Why was it so difficult?
So, for example, when you had to jump up levels or jump across levels, it's very, very intricate, and you have to be right on target.
Okay.
And then there's things shooting at you, there's things coming at you while you've got to land on small platforms at the same time. And it was just, again, it was a game for me that was like a rage quit game for me. All the time, just rage quit.
I wonder if there was a cheat. Do you have a cheat in this
Invincibility. Yeah, I'd love that. If anyone knows of an invincibility cheat, give it to me.
Oh, what was do you remember the slots that you used to get? Was it the Game Genie?
Oh yeah, Game Genie.
The Game Genie slot things. And
Action Replay.
Yes.
Game Genie.
Oh man. I so wanted one of them when I was younger.
Yeah, me too. I never had one. Okay, you go.
I actually completed this game. The Simpsons.
It's not that hard then.
No, it was very difficult because my friend and I used to go to school. An old school friend of mine. We both completed together. So we used to go to like each other's houses every other week or whatever. The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare.
You know what? I only ever played it once, so I can't tell you whether it was hard or not because I only played it once. I never had the game. I still don't have the game today.
Yeah.
So I've never really played it anywhere near enough to be able to say yes, that's a tough game. So I don't know.
It was for us. I think we must have been 6, 7, 8 years old. And
when the Super Nintendo was out, you were 6 and 7.
But I was about 7 years old. Yeah, I got it for my 7th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel really old all of a sudden.
My bad, bro. My bad. But you were like what? You were 8, 9 at the time, so only a few years apart.
Yeah. Just add on.
I'm trying to make you feel better. But
age is just a number, just like retro gaming.
Definitely, like the later Leah says, age ain't number. That's a tune. Anyway, digress. My friend and I completed this game, and it was difficult. It was really, really difficult at the time. But it's one game I really enjoy. Would I play again? No.
So it's not a good game, it's just a hard game.
It's a hard game, yeah.
Right.
But again, growing up, I was a big Simpsons fan. So it was like, yo, we need to complete this game.
Right.
And so was he.
So you persevered.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Today, no, I wouldn't do that again.
Okay. All right. You got any more?
I don't want the one I want to talk about. I'm not going to because I'll.
You're gonna rage quit.
I'll rage quit this podcast.
Go on. What is it?
Lion King.
Oh yeah. I just remember his little rawr they used to do. Remember that? Rawr.
That's the least of the memory. No.
Yeah,
I remember the rawr.
Is it the cup? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
I just remember that from Lion King.
Yeah. Next question. Okay. It will turn into a rated R podcast. But no, all honesty, that game was stupidly difficult. I mean, I played it again a few months ago. I thought, you know what, let me give it another try. Again, older, wiser, be able to crack some codes, whatever.
How did you do?
No. It took.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it took a lot for me to go, I'm going to turn the console off and walk away rather than get my console and throw it out the window.
Don't do that.
No, I won't do that. No, hell no.
Okay, good.
But it was it was actually right at the start where you have to get Simba across from left to right and you have to growl at monkeys and they have to throw you in a certain order for you to go across.
Oh wow.
I played for about an hour.
I would have lasted about 6 minutes, I think. I did an hour. That's good work.
Admittedly, I wanted. You say 6 minutes. I was more like 2. I was like, no.
That's something else, but okay.
I would not let. Oh look, we're PG. Okay, let's keep.
I was talking about Driver on the PlayStation. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man. Okay, we're gonna go to that one. I didn't think of that one. We're gonna go to that one.
Well, this is the hardest games on the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
that's PlayStation.
PS1. Yeah, that's a conversation in its entirety.
We can quickly end this and we'll switch to that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let you go again.
Yeah, do that. But I persevered for an hour playing that game, but I just couldn't do it. And I was like, I'm gonna put the controller down and walk away calmly and not let it ruined my day. But now you said it, it's ruined my day.
Oh well, never mind. Well, let's move on to Driver then on the PlayStation.
No, we'll stick with PlayStation. We'll stick with Super Nintendo. We'll do another episode about PlayStation.
Oh yeah? You don't want to talk about Driver?
No, because it's going to make me make it even worse.
Do you know why Driver was so difficult? And we're talking about Driver when he just said, let's not talk about Driver.
Shout out to GT Interactive, by the way.
Do you know why that's so difficult?
Why?
Because it was a simple mistake.
What do you mean?
So, Driver the game is not that difficult.
Agree.
It's the garage, which is like the introduction.
Yeah.
The how do you play the game? That was unbelievably difficult.
Yeah, 100%.
And it was done on a mistake. So when they made the game, and when they released it, they forgot to put the difficulty level down. Honest to God, that's true. That is the
Seriously?
truth. Yeah, that is why it was so stupidly hard, and it was a mistake by the people who developed the game.
GT Interactive.
The developers. I don't know who it is. I don't know who takes responsibility. There's one guy probably sitting here going, yeah, that's my fault. That's my legacy. They put it onto expert mode or extreme hard or extreme difficulty, whatever it is, and released it. So all the games that came out, that garage level at the beginning is on the hardest level it can be on.
Thank you, GT Interactive, for that. Not. Anyway.
No.
But, we've digressed from Super Nintendo.
Back to Super Nintendo.
Back to Super Nintendo. Another game, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, very difficult.
That was really difficult.
I think I lasted about 2 hours in that game.
Right.
And never got anywhere in it. Then came back to it months later. I remember this. Came back to it months later because there was a kid at school who I used to hang out with, and he would be like, "Oh, I've got to level this, level that." I'm like, "I don't understand how you done that." Turned out he was lying.
Natural.
But to this day, I've never got anywhere in that game. Literally nowhere.
Why were games so difficult back then? Was it because they wanted you to have this whole experience of playing this game for so long, or were they bored and wanted to torture us?
I think it was an element of bringing a challenge into the game. Because if a game's too easy, you lose interest.
Yeah.
Similar to like Driver as an example, it was so hard you'd lose interest. So they had to hit this middle ground. But I think the challenge that you had back then versus today is that back then you had no option to be like, right, I'm going to whip out my credit card, make a payment, get a power up so I can complete something, or I can pay to move to the next level, something like that. You couldn't do that back then. So the difficulty factor was probably at a level so that you actually had some longevity in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Did you ever complete Lion King?
Not even close.
What about Earthworm Jim 2?
So Earthworm Jim 2, I think I got a little over halfway.
Okay.
But this was like maybe 3 years of playing.
Wow.
I was not very good at it.
Okay. Maybe we should take one of these difficult Super Nintendo games and see if we can complete it.
I'm good.
Okay, that was quickly shut down.
I'll tell you what, there's a couple of games on here on the Switch, right, which we can stick on our big projector over here, and we can give it a go there. See how far you get in some of these tough games.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
Cool. Let us know what you guys think, and what are your experiences with Super Nintendo games, like the hardest ones that you've come across.
What's your most difficult SNES game? Put it in the comments below.
Yeah. Keep it clean if you can.
Take care, guys. See you later.